I want to play a sci-fi tabletop RPG session. You will play the GM, I will play a character. You can be elaborate on the descriptions. But you are not to advance the story too far. Prompt me early and prompt me often. Address me in the second person, without name. For example, what do you do? Okay.
Certainly. I can assist you with a sci-fi tabletop RPG session. I'll act as the game master and describe the world, situations, and non-player characters, NPCs, while addressing you in the second person. Please keep in mind that as a text-based AI, I don't have a persistent memory of previous interactions, so we'll start fresh with each prompt. Let's begin. You find yourself standing on a bustling spaceport in a distant star system. The air is filled with the hum of engines and the scent of ionized particles. Alien species of all shapes and sizes pass by, going about their business. Before you stretches an array of starships, ranging from sleek and polished cruisers to rugged and patched freighters. As you look around, you notice a holographic display advertising a job opportunity, seeking crew members for a high-risk salvage mission. Valuable artifacts at stake. Inquire within at the Starlight Tavern. What do you do?
I try to see if I can contact any of the people passing by to ask for directions to the Starlight Tavern.
You approach a nearby alien individual with a striking combination of scales and feather-like protrusions. Their vibrant plumage catches your attention, and you kindly ask for directions to the Starlight Tavern. They turn to you, their multifaceted eyes gleaming, and respond with a series of clicks and whistles, accompanied by gestures pointing towards a nearby turbolift. Following their instructions, you step into the turbolift and are whisked away to a higher level of the spaceport. The lift doors open, revealing a bustling promenade lined with various shops, cafes, and establishments. You spot a sign indicating the way to the Starlight Tavern, leading you down a corridor adorned with neon lights. Eventually, you arrive at the entrance of the Starlight Tavern. The doors slide open, revealing a dimly lit interior filled with the mingling aromas of various alien cuisines. The sound of lively conversation and distant music fills the air. What do you do next?
Dressed as a human space cowboy, I enter the Starlight Tavern and approach the bartender. Hey there, I say.
As you enter the Starlight Tavern, the warm glow of ambient lighting washes over you, casting shadows on the eclectic decor adorning the walls. The air carries a mix of laughter, murmurs, and the clinking of glasses. You make your way to the bar, where a seasoned-looking bartender with cybernetic enhancements awaits. The bartender glances your way, their cybernetic eye whirring as they take in your space cowboy attire. With a slight nod, they acknowledge your presence and respond in a gravelly voice, "Howdy, stranger. What can I get ya?" Behind the bar, an impressive selection of exotic drinks lines the shelves, some emitting vibrant colors or emanating a faint glow. The bartender's mechanical arm whirs as they polish a glass with a rag. What do you say or do next?
I've had a long journey. I could use a good meal, something to drink and a bed for the night.
The bartender gives you a sympathetic nod, understanding the weariness that often accompanies long journeys through space. They reach under the bar and retrieve a menu, sliding it your way. It showcases a range of intergalactic delicacies, from sizzling alien steaks to vegetarian dishes infused with exotic flavors. In the mood for something specific? The bartender asks, their gaze focused on you, awaiting your decision. They lean slightly on the counter, ready to provide recommendations or answer any questions you might have about the menu. Meanwhile, the tantalizing aroma of various dishes wafts through the tavern, mingling with the distant strains of an otherworldly melody. What do you choose to order?
Is there anything the chef would recommend?
The bartender gives a nod of approval at your question and taps a few buttons on a small datapad. Moments later, A holographic image appears above the pad, showcasing the chef, an extraterrestrial creature with multiple appendages and a cheerful demeanor. The chef suggests our signature dish, Nebula Nebulosa. It's a succulent blend of celestial spices, grilled starfish, and nebula bloom salad. The bartender explains, pointing to the holographic image with their cybernetic finger. And to accompany it, we have the Cosmic Elixir, a unique concoction infused with stardust and hints of tangy nebula fruits. The holographic image rotates, presenting the dish in all its mouthwatering glory, while the bartender awaits your response. Shall I place the order for the Nebula Nebulosa and a glass of Cosmic Elixir for you? They inquire, ready to send your request to the kitchen.
That sounds delicious. I'll have that. And about the room, do you still have any available for the night?
The bartender gives you a nod of approval and notes down your order. They then check a nearby digital display and respond, "We've got a few rooms left for the night." The Starlight Inn, located just upstairs, offers comfortable accommodations with a view of the nearby nebula. It's perfect for weary travelers like yourself. They reach below the counter and retrieve a small keycard, placing it on the counter before you. "Here's your room key," the bartender says, pointing towards a staircase at the back of the tavern. "Just head up those stairs, take a right at the top, and you'll find the Starlight Inn. Enjoy your meal, and your room will be ready whenever you're ready to rest." As you settle into your seat and await your meal, the aroma of tantalizing dishes grows stronger, mingling with the lively atmosphere of the tavern. The holographic band playing on a small stage in the corner sets a lively tone with their vibrant tunes. The bartender offers a smile and steps away to attend to other patrons.
I say to the bartender, "I'll take a seat there in the back, against the wall." I go there, sit down and lean my seat against the wall. Then I tilt my hat forward, so that it half covers my face and await my meal.
The bartender nods in acknowledgement of your request and gestures towards the back of the tavern, where a secluded booth against the wall awaits you. As you make your way to the booth, you feel the ambience of the tavern shift slightly. The noise and commotion from the other patrons become somewhat muffled, allowing you to find a sense of tranquility in the dimly lit corner. You settle into the booth, the cushioned seat providing a comfortable respite. Leaning back, you adjust your hat, casting a shadow over your features, adding an air of mystery to your presence. With a slight tilt of your head, you take in the sights and sounds of the bustling tavern while maintaining a semblance of privacy. Minutes pass, and the aroma of tantalizing dishes fills the air, heightening your anticipation for the arrival of your meal. The holographic band continues to serenade the crowd with their lively tunes, weaving an otherworldly melody that resonates throughout the tavern. As you sit there, half hidden beneath your hat, you notice a server approaching your table, carrying a tray with your order. The tantalizing Nebula Nebulosa and a glass of Cosmic Elixir are carefully placed before you. The server offers a warm smile before retreating to attend to other patrons. Now, as the savory aroma envelops your senses, you have the opportunity to savor the flavors and enjoy your well-deserved meal. What do you do next?
Miss. I gesture to the human female waitress who just served my meal. Do you have a napkin for me, please?
The waitress, a young human woman with a friendly demeanor, notices your gesture and approaches your table with a warm smile. She carries a small tray with extra utensils and napkins. "Of course," she replies, her voice cheerful. She reaches into her tray and retrieves a clean, folded napkin. With a graceful motion, she places it gently by your side, ensuring it's within your reach. "Here you go, sir," the waitress says, her eyes briefly meeting yours. "Is there anything else I can assist you with? Enjoy your meal." With that, she takes a step back, giving you space to savor your food. The tantalizing aroma of the Nebula Nebulosa wafts up from the plate, accompanied by the faint fizz of the Cosmic Elixir in your glass. You now have everything you need to delve into your meal. What do you do next?
Thank you. That'll be all for now. I guess I'm happy to speak to a real human for a change. There are not many humans this far out into space. How'd you end up here?
The waitress's smile widens, and she takes a moment to lean against the edge of your table, appreciating the opportunity for conversation. I understand what you mean, she replies, her voice filled with a touch of nostalgia. Being out here in the far reaches of space does make human encounters a bit rarer. She pauses, as if reflecting on her journey, before continuing, well, I've always had a sense of adventure and a fascination with the unknown. When the opportunity arose to join a crew as a ship's cook, I couldn't resist. Since then, I've been hopping from star system to star system, experiencing different cultures and flavors along the way. The Starlight Tavern became a frequent stop, and I eventually decided to stay and be part of this lively community. Her eyes sparkle with a hint of wanderlust as she shares her story. It's been quite the journey, meeting all sorts of fascinating beings and exploring the vastness of space. But sometimes, it's nice to connect with fellow humans and share stories. She straightens up slightly, her gaze softening. If you ever feel like sharing your own tales or simply need anything else, don't hesitate to ask. Enjoy your meal, and I'll be around if you need me. With that, she gives you a nod and begins to make her way back to attend to other patrons, leaving you to savor your food and the unique atmosphere of the Starlight Tavern.
I finish my delicious meal. Then, tired from my long travel, I head upstairs, in search of my room.
Satisfied and content after enjoying the flavorsome Nebula Nebulosa and the refreshing cosmic elixir, you push your plate aside, your hunger satiated. The waitress offers a smile as she clears away the empty dishes, leaving you to bask in the afterglow of a satisfying meal. With weariness from your long journey creeping in, you rise from your seat and make your way towards the staircase at the back of the tavern. The soft hum of conversations and the distant melody of the holographic band accompany your ascent. As you reach the top of the staircase, you follow the hallway, taking a right turn as instructed. Walking down the corridor, you pass by the doors of various rooms, each marked with a numerical identifier. The soft glow of ambient lighting casts a serene ambience throughout the inn, creating a sense of tranquility. Finally, you find your designated room, its door adorned with a brass plaque displaying your assigned room number. Inserting the keycard you received earlier into the lock, you hear a satisfying click as the door unlocks. You push the door open, revealing a cozy and inviting space within. Inside, you find a comfortable bed with crisp linens, a small desk with a datapad for any last-minute communications, and a viewport offering a view of the nearby nebula. The room exudes a peaceful atmosphere, providing the perfect haven for rest and rejuvenation. With a sigh of relief, you close the door behind you, shutting out the noise of the outside world. You take a moment to appreciate the tranquility of your surroundings. The allure of the inviting bed beckons, promising a well-deserved rest. As you settle into the room, removing your hat and setting it aside, you can't help but feel a sense of contentment. You've found respite in this distant corner of the galaxy, surrounded by the mysteries and wonders of space. With that, you let the weariness of your travels take over, sinking into the comfort of the bed. The adventures and possibilities of the future await. But for now, it's time to embrace the serenity of sleep and let your weary body and mind find solace in dreams. And sir, as you drift off into slumber, the stars continue to twinkle outside, whispering tales of the infinite galaxies that lie beyond.
I see. My head filled with impressions of the past day. I wake after only a few hours of sleep. I get up to get a glass of water, and stare out the window observing the nebula, while sipping the water.
As you awaken from your brief slumber, your mind still buzzing with the echoes of the day's experiences, you find yourself in the quiet solitude of your room. The soft glow of ambient lighting casts a gentle hue, creating an atmosphere of serenity. Stretching your limbs, you rise from the comfortable bed, your feet making contact with the plush carpet beneath. With a slight yawn, you make your way to a small kitchenette area, where a crystal clear glass awaits. Filling it with refreshing water from a nearby dispenser, you take a moment to appreciate the simple pleasure of hydration. With the glass in hand, you turn your attention to the large viewport that graces the room. Through its transparent surface, the breathtaking vista of the nebula unfolds before you. Swirls of vibrant colors dance and intertwine, creating a mesmerizing display of cosmic artistry. The gentle hum of energy from distant stars adds a soothing rhythm to the scene. Sipping from your glass, the cool water quenching your thirst, you find yourself captivated by the majestic nebula. Its ever-shifting patterns seem to tell stories of ancient civilizations and hidden wonders yet to be discovered. The sheer vastness of space and the mysteries it holds fill you with a sense of awe and curiosity. As you stand there, observing the nebula, time seems to slow down. The serenity of the moment allows your thoughts to wander, contemplating the adventures that await beyond the starry expanse. It's a brief respite before the call of action and exploration beckons once more. With a final sip of water, you set the glass down, its faint clink blending with the distant sounds of the spaceport below. The nebula continues its ethereal dance outside the window, offering a gentle reminder of the infinite possibilities that lie beyond. What do you do next? As you stand there, embraced by the silence and the allure of the cosmic tapestry before you.
The ethereal dance of the nebula has its effect to calm my thoughts. Having quenched my thirst with the cool water, I get bed to back hoping to get some more hours to rest, only to be woken up again several hours later, by what appears to be a couple fighting and arguing in the next room. I even think I'm hearing some doors slamming.
As you settle back into bed, hoping to reclaim a few more hours of restful sleep, the commotion from the adjacent room shatters the tranquility of the inn. The sounds of raised voices and the occasional slam of doors pierce through the walls, disturbing the peaceful atmosphere. The intensity of the argument grows, the words becoming clearer, revealing a heated exchange between a couple. Their voices resonate with frustration and anger, creating a discordant melody that clashes with the serenity you had sought. You find yourself caught between the desire to ignore the disturbance and the curiosity that gnaws at your thoughts. The muffled sound of doors slamming intermittently punctuates the escalating tension, stirring a mix of concern and intrigue within you. What do you choose to do in response to the disturbance in the next room? Do you try to block it out and return to your attempt at rest, or does curiosity compel you to investigate further?
I try to make out what is being said. Suddenly I realize that I recognize one of the voices. It's the voice of the waitress that helped me earlier in the evening.
As you strain your ears to decipher the words amidst the escalating argument, a familiar voice breaks through the chaotic symphony of emotions. It sends a jolt of recognition coursing through your veins. It's the voice of the waitress who served you earlier in the evening at the Starlight Tavern. The realization strikes you with surprise and concern, deepening your curiosity about the situation unfolding in the adjacent room. The urgency to understand what is transpiring becomes more pronounced, as you recall the warmth and kindness in her demeanor. As the voices continue to clash, you manage to catch snippets of their exchange. The conversation seems fraught with tension and grievances, with both parties expressing their discontentment. The waitress's voice carries hints of frustration and sadness, mixed with moments of determination. The desire to support someone who showed you kindness tugs at your heartstrings. You contemplate whether to intervene or offer your assistance in some way, knowing that it may not be your place to do so. Yet, the connection you felt earlier and the empathy within you stir an urge to offer comfort or aid, if possible. What do you choose to do in response to recognizing the waitress's voice and the ongoing dispute? Do you feel compelled to intervene and offer support, or do you maintain your distance, respecting their privacy and hoping for resolution?
I contemplate whether or not to intervene, But when I hear glass shattering, I become too determined to offer my assistance, if needed, to the kind waitress. I go out of my room and knock on the door of the adjacent room. With as sturdy a voice as I can come up with, I say, "Everything okay in there?"
Feeling a surge of determination and concern as the sound of shattered glass reaches your ears, you decide to act upon your instincts. With resolve in your heart, you leave the comfort of your room and make your way to the adjacent door where the argument persists. Raising your hand, you knock firmly on the door, the sound echoing through the corridor. Moments pass, and the voices inside momentarily subside, replaced by an uneasy silence. Finally, the muffled sound of footsteps draws nearer, and the door creaks open, revealing a disheveled and distraught waitress. She looks at you, her eyes reflecting a mix of surprise, frustration, and vulnerability. Her voice trembles slightly as she responds, I appreciate your concern. It's just a difficult situation. But thank you for checking. I'm sorry if we disturbed you." Though she attempts to maintain a composed demeanor, her words carry a weight of emotional turmoil. The aftermath of the shattered glass on the floor serves as a visible reminder of the intensity of the argument. In this moment, you have a choice. Will you offer your support, lend a listening ear, or maintain your distance and allow her space to navigate the situation on her own?
"Are you sure you're okay?" I say, while trying to inconspicuously peer into the room. Then I catch a glimpse of the humanoid figure in the background. When he sees me as well, he makes his way towards the door.
As you express your concern for the waitress's well-being, you can't help but cast a quick glance into the room, hoping to assess the situation discreetly. In that fleeting moment, your eyes catch sight of a shadowy figure in the background, a humanoid shape that seems to have noticed your presence as well. Sensing your gaze, the figure's attention is drawn towards the door. With purposeful strides, he moves closer, his face still partially obscured. As he reaches the doorway, he comes into view, revealing a stern expression and a hint of surprise upon seeing you. The atmosphere grows tense, with the presence of this unknown individual raising questions about his involvement in the situation. However, before any words can be exchanged, the waitress speaks up, her voice carrying a mix of exhaustion and determination. "It's all right, thank you. We just need some time to sort things out," she says, her gaze alternating between you and the mysterious figure. There's a sense of guardedness in her words, leaving you uncertain about the nature of their relationship and the specifics of their disagreement. The figure, sensing the tension and perhaps wishing to avoid further confrontation, nods silently and takes a step back, his eyes lingering on you for a moment longer before disappearing back into the room. It's now up to you to decide how you proceed. Will you respect the waitress's request for space and privacy, returning to your own room, or will you persist in offering your support, seeking further understanding of the situation? The choice is yours.
I respect the waitress's request for space and privacy and head back to my own room.
Respecting the waitress's request for space and understanding the need for privacy during such a delicate situation, you nod in acknowledgement. Recognizing that further involvement might not be appropriate at this moment, you offer a sympathetic smile and softly say, "I understand. Take your time. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm just a door away." With those words of support, you turn away from the doorway, allowing the waitress and the mysterious figure to address their issues in their own time and manner. As you retreat to the solitude of your own room, you carry a mix of emotions and unanswered questions, your thoughts lingering on the turmoil that unfolded behind closed doors. Back in the serenity of your personal space, you take a moment to reflect on the significance of the encounter. Although your intentions were rooted in compassion, you understand the importance of respecting boundaries and providing individuals with the necessary space to navigate their personal challenges. With a deep breath, you settle back into your room, embracing the tranquility once more. The echoes of the earlier disruption begin to fade, allowing you to find solace in the stillness. As you return to your own thoughts and experiences, you contemplate the significance of the brief but impactful encounters that have shaped your time at the Starlight Tavern. Resting your head upon the pillow, you let the weight of the day and its events settle upon you. Sleep beckons once more, promising respite and the possibility of new beginnings in the vast expanse of the cosmos.